Hey guys, how y'all doing? Johnny here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be jumping right into the lineup builders for game week 274. The final chance for me to win anything until game week 275, nothing. I have no teams. 276, no teams. 278, no team. 279, you guessed it, no team. I have 4 game weeks coming up, so basically 2 in real life weeks. This is going to be the longest time where I have 0 lineups. It really hurts, but we're going to have to go through it. So I want to finish strong before this 2-week break. We want to go ahead and put together the strongest lineups possible for game week 274 to possibly go out and win big before we go into that huge gap of nothingness. And ideally, what needs to happen for me is I want to win big in these weeks to then go ahead and buy myself a couple of the European players that we have talked about in one of the last videos. And I just really want to jump into European market right now, especially with this 3-week break coming up. I feel like there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be cheap. So I feel like this could be the bottom. That's just my thoughts. It's not financial advice or anything like that, but yeah, I just woke up. It's like what, 8:30 where I am at right now. I still need to record my FIFA video in a second and finish it off and cut it together, and then I'm gonna go to the gym in case you wanted to know what the hell your boy's gonna be doing today. But let's dive into it. What is happening? First of all, Osaka and Sanfrecce, so Sanfrecce Hiroshima, the team, it is a mess right now. They've had a couple of cases in their team of people getting sick with the sickness, the one and only sickness. I don't want to say its name because apparently it hurts your video when you put it out there in terms of the algorithm. So hopefully this will help. But Osaka and also the main man himself, Sho Sasaki, both of them are risky, right? No one knows what's going to happen. Apparently the team has like 3 cases. And some of the tests after have come out negative. So I'm like, I don't know. It's risky, but I'm going to have to use them because they are some of the players in my strongest lineups. First of all, huge issue. We bought Lee Han-byum, and what happened? Yes, the boy himself got injured for 6 weeks. The Korean Timber is now out for 6 weeks. I mean, I might as well hold on to him. It sucks. It really does suck that he is injured. I personally was really hoping that he would be fit. But hey, we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully he'll be back soon enough. At least his floor price hasn't come crashing down yet. But I do feel like it will surpass the amount that I paid for him anytime soon once a lot more people know about this injury. But having said that, let's go into the lineup builders and let me show you guys the teams that I want to put out. For me personally, the #1 team every single week will always be All-Star Rare Pro. When we go into the All-Star Rare Pro, we have one of these games where I'm not too confident, but at the same time, I watched the Tokyo game last time around, and again, they got a clean sheet. Morishige and Slovic again with 80 points for me, which was amazing. But I gotta say, I was extremely impressed with the way that Tokyo was playing. It was the first time that I was watching Asian football where I could genuinely tell the tactics of the coach. I was seeing triangles everywhere, right? Every single player always had someone to pass it to. I was seeing people chasing others down, putting pressure on them as a team, not only as individuals. I was seeing calmness on the ball that I wasn't seeing anywhere else. Normally, when in the Asian leagues, from my experience so far, when let's say an attacker is moving towards a defender and then one of the defenders puts a leg into the ball, it drops across to another defender. That defender kind of panics and kicks it out or tries to get it out of their own half as soon as possible, and that just leads to lost possession. But with the Tokyo team, they were just so calm, even so calm to the point where I was like, kick it away. And they wouldn't kick it away. They would just take their time and pass it to their teammates and start building up these triangles. And I was extremely impressed with that. And it makes sense that they're climbing up the league table. They are playing at home. I think Tokyo has a very good chance of doing well against Kashima, even though obviously Antlers are the #1 in the league. I still feel very confident about Morishige getting good scores. I just personally think Slovik is probably not going to keep a clean sheet, but the good thing is he's probably going to have a lot to do because there's going to be a lot of shots on his target. So hopefully Slovik can get a good all-around score. I don't expect him to get a clean sheet. If he would get a clean sheet, that'd be outstanding. But I'm hoping Morishige can get another 70-point game. That'd be great. Midfield, we're going for the main man himself, the Mr. Consistency himself, Pablo Ruiz, who's currently on great form. Houston, I believe, have won their last game 3-0 because it was against one of my players. So I'm hoping that Salt Lake at home can do much better here and, you know, be aware of the dangers that Houston present. For the attack, we're obviously going to go with Chesinha. Every time I look at it, it says opponent score is low, but the man comes out and does extremely well. So he is the anomaly in the league. And for the attack again, I'm going to go ahead and put in the man with the best, what's it called? Like the best opponent score. And that is, where is he? Where the hell? Am I blind? There he is. Mugosa. Yes, Mugosa is going in against Seongnam. I think at home, Mugosa with his capabilities will be going ahead and scoring. And if we do captain the main man himself, Chesinha, you can see right here in recent game weeks, right there, a tier 2, a tier 1, and then a tier 1 again. But you got to keep in mind, no more European games. There is only one European matchup, I believe, and that is AZ Alkmaar against Vitesse. I think they are playing for the European playoffs. And I think there is the Austrian League as well with Niklas Hedel. But sadly, he didn't play last game, so I'm not risking him. But there's only a couple of games left in Europe. And that's really good because I feel like the scores are going to come down. The average you need for some of the top rewards, or at least like the lowest tiers, I think will come down. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But let's see what happens. We have an extremely strong team right here in All-Star Rare Pro. Now, moving on, we're going to go into Under 23 Rare Pro. And in this, you'll be able to tell I only have 2 goalkeepers. Niklas Hedel did not play last game, so I'm not going to risk it. I was kind of hoping that he would play against Tirol. First game, they won 2-1. So there's a good chance that Rapid gets into Europe, which would be lovely. I think they get into the Conference League if they win this, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that'd be great because obviously having the European utility would be pretty nice for Niklas Hedel midweek game weeks. I think next season he's going to be the starting goalkeeper, so I'm definitely holding on to him unless anything changes in my mind. But Osako, despite the risk of him being one of the players that might be sick, I just have to do it. So I brought in Osako. Lee Han-bun was supposed to play in this team, but I have gone and bought myself a Sugioka because Lee Tai-sok only plays 45 minutes if he ever plays, and that's really annoying because he seems to be a decent player. But Sugioka is a new player in the team. Now, let me show you why I've gone ahead and purchased Sugioka. So I was looking for a player around 0.2 ETH that I can go ahead and bring into the squad. And you can see right here, a lot of people have been buying Sugioka lately. When we look into his SO5 scores, you realize, wow, he is a great player. You can see that he also has assists as a center-back. Then you wonder, hold on a second. Is this man taking, like, set pieces? What the hell is going on here? So if we look at the last 5 games, you can see that Sugioka has taken 7 corners. Even though Shonan is a terribly scoring team at the moment, he is taking part in the game big time. And if he is a center-back taking set pieces, that I like that a lot, because having a center-back that is going to be benefiting from the defensive scores and his game there, on top of that, getting the set pieces, I love that. I really, really do. But even without the set pieces, he can have these games where in a 4-1 loss, he's picked up 81.6 points right there. And lately, they have won twice. And one of the wins was against Kawasaki, who are considered to be one of the strongest teams in there. So it was pretty nice to see that I could discover this guy and he was within my budget that I had for emergencies like this one, where I need to put a stronger lineup together. So Sugioka has been picked up. He goes into this team right here. For the under 23 rare pro, obviously I can use 2 super rares. So Keaton Parks goes into this one. Then Castellanos himself is going to be popped into this one against Minnesota. I am very confident New York can do well in this game, and I hope that Tati can go ahead and get a goal. And then for the last spot, we're going to have Haruya Fuji from Nagoya. He's going to be up against Osako's team, but obviously it doesn't necessarily hinder him. Ideally, I just need all the outfield players to do well. But hey, if there aren't too many cases in the Sanfrecce team, maybe there might be a clean sheet on for Osako as well. We'll see. And hopefully the same goes for Haruya Fuji. So technically, for me, the best thing to happen would be that both teams keep a clean sheet. Then Haruya gets a point, gets 10 points on top. And obviously Osako gets that clean sheet decisive. But that team, to me, looks very, very strong. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this team can achieve. Game week 262, they got a tier 1. Game week 270, they got a higher ranked tier 1 there, as you can see. And I would not mind a tier 1 at all in under 23 rare pro. That would be very exciting. So then moving on to all-star rare. Now, what do we have here? In the all-star rare section, we have Crepo, who's going to be playing. Yang Hanbin is possibly going to be playing as well. But I feel like LAFC now are getting into their rhythm. They're first in the league. They look very strong. Their fans should be very much looking forward to this game. I do believe they have lost against LA Galaxy in the cup tie, so they might be wanting to come back and do well here. So Crepo is in there. Then for the defense, I'm going to have Joao Moutinho in this team. Acosta is going to go into it, even though the matchup isn't too nice, and I believe Montreal will win. I'm hoping that Acosta can pick up a decisive in that game. Jesus Ferreira, again, just like Acosta, is going to be in a tough matchup against Orlando, which is Joao Moutinho's team. So Jesus Ferreira goes into this one. And then as the last missing piece, we're going to put in Morishige into this team because I, again, don't want to risk Sasaki yet. So Sasaki will be used in future lineups when we actually know that he's fit to play. And then Lee Hanbom obviously is injured. So Masato Morishige goes into this team. Now, as you can clearly tell, this team isn't necessarily an outstanding squad. I think for this team specifically, I'm going to be captaining Morishige because I love him. And I feel like he's going to be the one that probably delivers more than any other of these other players. But the all-star rare team probably might just end up being a threshold team. But hey, if everything comes together and the boys can have some of those good performances that they do tend to have, we could be in the rewards as well, which I obviously wouldn't mind. So that is those are the lineups, my friends. We have put them together on Sorare as well. On Sorare itself, you can see that I've captained Chesinia here, which I don't know if I should. Should I go ahead and... Nah, I'm going to go with Chesinia. He's the one that normally guarantees those decisives and gets good AAs as well. I was thinking about maybe giving it to Ruiz, but Chesinia is my man. And for the under 23 rare pro, you can just tell we have Jesus Ferreira here over Castellanos. Ooh, that's a mistake. Thank God I've just realized that. Oh boy, that was not supposed to happen. So for that team, please give me my boy Castellanos. There we go. That's supposed to be the team, stacking Keaton Parks and Castellanos together. And then in the draft, we can jump into this one and then edit this and then put in Jesus Ferreira into this squad. So there we go. And then captain Morishige. So now we have the teams the same way we had them before. Now we have Castellanos with Keaton Parks, both in the same team. Obviously want to stack them together if we have the opportunity to do so. And then we have these boys across in the All-Star, which, again, I'm kind of hoping for a threshold in that one, if anything. But if the boys perform to the levels that they can get to, we could even get a reward right there. So 11,500 people take part in All-Star, 251 in under 23 Pro. Really? And only 1,215 in All-Star Pro. Hold on a second. That sounds really low. Let me see the price pools here. So, how do you see the price pools? Oh, this is something that I don't know of yet with this new layout. Hold on. Do you do it like this? There we go. Okay, so you click on the team. So the price pool for All-Star Rare pays down to 250th, which is very low. But again, the thresholds being pegged to ETH properly, you could be getting nearly 0.3 ETH by the time we jump into those rewards. That'd be quite nice. But there are only 5-star rares paid out, 20 tier 1 rares here. Then for the under 23 rare pro, with such little amount of people playing, I wonder, oh, still 6-star rares. That's kind of nice. 7 to 19th is tier 1 rare. And then 20 to 25 is tier 2. Interesting. Obviously, under 23 rare pro will mostly be dominated by the MLS and the J League matchups, and possibly the K League as well, with no Europe basically. It's going to be interesting to see the scores here. Obviously, River Plate is not playing as well, so that is quite helpful because River Plate dominates everything. And the All-Star Rare Pro, the prize pool is looking like this. We have 10 star rares being given out, and then a tier 1 rare and a tier 2 rare up until 50. That one until 40. Quite interesting that the tier 1 rare pool is much bigger than the tier 2. I like that. Why not? Why not? I like that. I enjoy that. So yeah, those are the lineups for me this upcoming week on Sorare. Sorare Mega. Let's do it together. I want to play the 8 game here because I feel like I could have a very good team in this one. So for the goalkeeping spot, I am going to be going with Slovik because I feel like any of these goalkeepers could easily concede. But Slovik probably has the highest AA opportunities because obviously Kashima will probably have a lot of attacks in that game. For the defense, of course, we're going to go with Morishige. And then I think, I want to go Sugioka here. I kind of want to, yeah, I'm going to go Sugioka. And then for the midfield, we're going to go Pablo Ruiz, Keaton Parks. And the attack, Mugosa, Cezinha, Castellanos. That is one strong team, if you ask me. I really like that team. We should possibly be in for a reward with this team as well. So that really excites me. And then Mega League on the 5, I possibly can put together another decent-ish team. So, what do I go for here? I guess I kind of want to go with the Seoul lineup. I want to go with Yang Han Bin. But I just don't know. I want to see him play this game before I put him into any lineups yet, because he was taken out of the team, then he was put back in. So I'm going to go Crepo on this one. Defensively, I'm going to go with my boy Moutinho. Midfield, we need to change the formation. We can only have one midfielder. Can I make that happen? Let me see if this works out. Do I have enough attackers? No, I don't. So Mega 5 is not going to be an option for me. So let's go Mega 3 and just put in the 3 best I think I have here. So I think in terms of that, we have Moutinho, Acosta, and I guess Morishige, right? Yeah. I think I'm going to go Morishige here. And then we're going to go ahead and captain. Let's go. Let's take a little bit of a risk here. Let's go with Acosta. Why not? See how it goes. But yeah, those are the lineups we're going to go for. The good thing is for Sorare Mega, we have the first place gets a rare card, 2 until 11th gets a limited, and then here it's the same as well. This Mega 8, I have a lot of faith in. I'm very much looking forward to this one. I think that's a very good lineup, so let's see how that one goes. But those are my lineups, my friends. And at this point, it will be a very sad affair because if we don't win anything this week, there's going to be 4 game weeks of nothingness, which really annoys me. And game week 280, we're going to be back full force. But yeah, it really bothers me that I'll be gone for that long and nothing will be happening. But I'll still try and put out other videos out here. I probably will be doing a couple of videos that have nothing to do with like lineup builders and stuff, and just generally Sorare itself and things to possibly do, or, you know, players to scout and all that good stuff. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and hopefully all of us will have an amazing game week. Take care, guys. Peace.